Hello everybody, a very good morning to you and welcome back to another Taurex and Atmos live daily trading session today on Thursday the 27th of February. I hope everyone is doing well. We've got a couple of days left of the month, which means we're going to pretty much be closing out the journal for the for my performance this month and opening a new March tab. So tomorrow's stream actually we'll do the full breakdown of my month, shall we say, and I'll close probably some of my positions and we'll see how we go. But for today, we have some important updates for you. We have had Nvidia earnings out overnight. Also, we've got just a fantastic trade on the German stock index yesterday, which was very happy with, or I was very happy with. The oil short is still working out, it's still going well, so we'll have an update on oil and see how we're going to go with that, and of course any other questions or any markets that anyone wants me to cover specifically, then feel free to drop it in the chat section and I will be able to give you my analysis and my opinions on that market itself as well. On the YouTube channel, good morning to you. Hello to you, Fabi. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, and thank you very much for tuning in today. And BUU, hello, good morning to you. Hope you had a good trading week, and you are doing well on this Thursday morning. I know a lot of people do watch it on catch up as well, so hello to you if you are watching on catch up, because this is a recorded session, and we will. Oh, it's Kirkton. You changed your username. Nice. Okay, cool. Good to see you anyway. Thank you for... That's weird now, not seeing you as Kirkton. Fabi, no trade this week. Why is that? Why? Tell me why you're not trading this week. Is it you're not liking the conditions, or maybe it's just your setup's not quite there? Let me know why. The markets have been okay. I think the Forex market's been a bit tough. And I think if you're a gold trader, it's been a little bit tough as well. But I suppose really I've just maybe been a little bit lucky that I managed to get in on crude oil, because that's been quite a good market. Okay, right. Now, let's first of all head over to the price never came back to you. And do you know what? That's very good patience from you, because a lot of people will be going to chase the markets now. But the fact that maybe you didn't get the entry or the price coming back to your entry point, although it's probably frustrating, it's actually a best thing. It's actually a good thing just to leave it alone. So, yeah. And then what I do when that happens, when your setup's there and you didn't, and your limit doesn't get tagged, and maybe the reaction happened, whether down or up, whether the reaction happened, I always just tick it off, delete the analysis, start over fresh, and then come back to it, because you don't need to dwell on the past. That's the main thing. So that's good stuff from you. Okay, right. So let's start first of all with Nvidia earnings overnight, because I think we could be shaping up to have a good trading opportunity, not just on the Nvidia stock, but on the Nasdaq as a whole. Hyperdexa, hello to you. Good to see you. USD yen has been requested from you, and USD yen was on my radar anyway. So with some of the news we've got coming out in the next 24 hours, I will have a look at dollar yen for you, no problem at all. So leave that one with me. First of all, little fact of the day. Did you know? This is how maybe how boring the earnings report was. But this is quite funny. 600. Do you know you could buy? That's how many? 649 billion eggs you could buy with Nvidia's market value of 3.215 trillion using the oh no, it's per dozen. So if you times 649 billion times 12, then that's how many eggs you could buy with Nvidia's value. Just later, that's a little fact of the day for you. Fabi's still up 7% on the month. Fantastic. Thank you very much for the reactions as well. Appreciate that on the YouTube channel. 7% up for the month is a brilliant return, by the way. So you don't actually need to trade. Don't chase anything. Anyway, in more serious matters, that was just a really random and not important fact, and probably not even interesting fact on Nvidia. Anyway, Nvidia's earnings report yesterday was solid. It was exactly how I expected. The expectations for these big tech firms now is so wafty and so big that anything that's impressive isn't really impressive anymore unless it completely surges past expectations. However, if we look here, Nvidia's earnings per share was 0.89. It beat estimates of 0.85, rising 71% year on year. and its revenue reached 39.3 billion in Q4, beating expectations of 38.1 billion and surging 78% year on year. So, as expected, Nvidia earnings was solid as a rock. Now, if we look at what happened to Nvidia stock off the back of that, right, you can see 131. Let me just quickly, yeah, weird, right? You would have expected that a strong earnings report like that, we would have seen a rise in Nvidia stock. We did initially, but it's sort of pretty much gone back down to where, around that 130 mark, which is where we are right now. I'm happy with that. The reason I'm happy with that is because I think that we could be heading for another wave higher in Nvidia stock. Now, if you look what happened on the daily time frame, okay, we've had this like accumulation period where we've sort of been trying to move there. There's a bit of a move lower, but I do believe, in my opinion, that this 124 low that's been created is our higher low, and I actually believe that we could be seeing in the next coming days or weeks a move up to around the 146 area. Now, I don't really trade Nvidia stock individually, but what I do trade is the Nasdaq index. So when I marry this up with what I currently see on the Nasdaq, if I just dip that and go into a daily time frame, just delete all of this for a second, look how well we are respecting this channel. Look at that. Beautiful bit of support coming in there on the Nasdaq. So for me, it's not quite confirmed yet, but I am eyeing up some Nasdaq buys on a personal level. Now, where can we, see the evidence? Well, the evidence would come. Sorry, I got something in my eye. The evidence would come. There was a nice FVG trade there. The evidence would now come if we can see a break above this high. So, let me check something. Interesting. So we are starting to see the early signs of reversal here from the bottom. So there's the breakout. What I want to see as a confirmation is I want to see a break above this high. So if we see a break above that high, as long as this support and this I don't really like trading trend lines. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's a good trend line from a daily perspective. If that support can hold, and this is our next higher low, and you can see if you look here, we've grabbed the liquidity on this downside, right? Explosion high. Let's see a break above this high. Okay, then a retest of either an FVG on order block or a demand zone, whatever you want to call it. I can't quite see it yet because it's not quite there. But if we do, then I'll be looking for that. So this is a trade idea which is shaping up for me over the next probably the next week or so. So backed up by the fact we've got a really strong, I thought it was a really strong Nvidia earnings report. It was met with a little bit of disappointment. Maybe that's just because of the expectation, but I think overall we could be seeing some more upside here in the Nasdaq. Okay, Hyperdexa wants me to have a look at dollar yen, and I was going to look at dollar yen anyway because if we look at the economic calendar over the next 24 hours, we've got US GDP, which is expected to stay at 2.3%, but also we've got Japan inflation, which is actually expected to tick down a little bit. It's actually expected to fall down to, it's tomorrow. It's overnight tomorrow for me, 3:30 a.m. for me. I won't be awake, but it's in the next sort of 24 hours or so. 2.5% previous, 2.3% is the forecast. So, Hyperdexa, what I'm looking for, I'm actually looking for a reversal in dollar yen. Now, why am I looking for a reversal? because the evidence suggests that it's not quite there yet. But I think the fundamental case is quite strong for it. We've caught, over the last couple of weeks, I've caught some really nice shorts on dollar yen, as you can see. However, what I've noticed on a 4-hour time frame is you can see how that RSI is ticking higher, yet the market's making marginal new lows. It's really struggling to actually create a solid new low. And what I think we could be seeing is a potential reversal up to at least 1.5, at least up to this high at 150.3, and then it's about targeting these ones as we go. Don't worry about the target just yet. There's also more evidence to suggest we could be seeing a reversal, because look at the daily time frame. Something we marked a few weeks ago was the fact that we had this really key low down at 158.57, right? And if you look what happened to this low, I said there'll be two situations here. One is that we see a full candle closure below it. The other is that we see a liquidity grab and a close back inside the range and a reaction. Well, we've had the liquidity grab. You can see that. Hopefully you can see that there. There's the liquidity grab. Then there's the reaction. Okay, we're hovering around the lows at the moment. Hello to G6, good to see you. Thank you very much for the reactions too. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. You can see the reaction. Okay, we haven't had the confirmation just yet, so it's a similar sort of thing. Is that, you know, if we can get a fairly strong, because there's no bullish momentum just yet. So what I always say, I mean, if you want to risk it, if you want to play a risky trade, and you believe that we're going to see a reversal on dollar yen, then you could probably say, well, let's give it a go from here, right? But it's all about being patient in markets and waiting for that confirmation first. So for me, what I'd like to see is a breakout. Okay, a breakout above, again, retest of a order block, fair value gap, or whatever you want to call it, and then we can get the move higher. Just see if there isn't actually an order block or a fair value gap just yet. Don't you use like AI to help you with your trading? No, I don't. No, because a lot of the trading that I do comes from a fundamental standpoint first. So I'm always measuring what's going on in the economy, and that gives me my bias. And then I try not to overcomplicate things too much from a technical analysis point of view. I use a couple of strategies that I use. I use a mechanical-based one with moving averages and the ADX indicator. And I also use the one which is like sort of more smart money concepts, which I know are quite popular. So I use both of them really. And it works well enough for me. So I do trade a bit more manually. If you have any AI recommendations, let me know in the chat room. Coffee's gone cold. Ugh, it's horrible. Okay. Thanks, G6. Appreciate that. Right, so on to just a little bit of tidy up work from myself. I had okay, nice. ChatGPT, yeah. I mean, I use ChatGPT, yeah, when I need to create a code and create a robot for you. If you're in our Discord, if you check the link in the description. I don't know if you're in the Discord already, but feel free to give me a message about that, and I'm happy to talk about it for sure. Okay, so we had an absolute beauty of a trade on the German stock index yesterday, and the take profit was perfect as well. So let me show you exactly why we traded it and what the outcome of it was. So yesterday we noticed that the German stock index was turning higher. We had a nice reaction from this fair value gap down here. You can see that. We then had a break of structure. as per my indicator here. Break of structure, and then this is perfect for the this is a Lux Algo Smart Money Concepts indicator. We had an order block here at 22,528, and I put my stop loss just below the 22,500 mark. So I didn't want to get a liquidity sweep down here, so I gave myself a bit of breathing room. You can see what happened. We moved yesterday just before the European Open into this area, and we actually went and hit our take profit within the space of about 5 hours. And my take profit was basically the 50% of this fair value gap you see here. A little bit, I'm not going to call it luck, but you know, we happened to have our take profit, and this is why I had my take profit there, because look what happened after we had the take profit there. I mean, ideally I should have sold there, but no, I never would have done that. But it was a really clean 5.38 to 1 risk versus reward. And if you don't believe me that I didn't place it live or whatever, you can actually see. Here we go. Oh no, it's got the thing in the way. Here we go. German stock index. Don't know if you can see that. Beautiful. As always, I would I closed half the position at 1-to-1. I then close a little bit more at 2-to-1, and I move my stop loss to entry, so I was always risk free. That's the way that I manage risk in my trades. So with that in mind, we can now, as I always do, update my trading journal. So I entered that trade on the 26th of February. It was long. First time I've traded the German stock index this year, actually. Entry price was 22,536, and my exit price was 22,800. Close P&L. Was that for the whole thing? Yeah, 1879.29. The strategy was, so I only risked 1% there, but gained nearly 2.5%. I had a really good confidence in the trade. Breakout into H1. We had breakout and a liquidity sweep actually. Into our H1, into my H1 order block, targeted H4, 50% FVG. Okay, good stuff. So the lesson here is that don't be greedy. Well, no, because I wasn't greedy. That's the point. I'm trying to give myself a pat on the back, because the take profit, I could have aimed for that the all-time highs, but my take profit was just perfect. Take profit was perfect. Look to target H4, or let's target 50% of FEG more often, just to give me a note to say that that was a really clean take profit area. And then, as always, I copy that into my 2025 trades here, and that updates my P&L for the year, which pretty much means I'm now flat for February, but I am running beautifully on oil at the moment. Again, this is a trade that we put in the trade ideas section in the Taurex Discord channel, and I'll put them in the Atmos one as well now. So actually, I've managed to, because at one stage I think I was 3% down, but we've now pretty much, the only reason that I'm down is because of swaps and commissions, because I've won 3, lost 3, and I'm flat, so 0%. So my total profit for the year stands at 10%, but we'll do a full monthly review tomorrow. Now, just to give you a quick final update in terms of, before I sort of leave it to as a Q, I'm going to do if anyone has anything they want me to cover, please put it in the chat section. Now, it can be a market, it can be a question. Whilst I go through this last trade idea, please put any requests that you may have in the chat section, and I'll be more than happy to help. Okay, So crude oil is flying, or it's sinking actually, which is fantastic. So just an update on my crude oil trade, which is running really nicely. Again, another piece of analysis that I put in the trade in the Discord channel. Really simple. I was trying to catch on to the 4-hour downside momentum, following the trend is your friend and all that sort of stuff. Okay, we had a breakout below, moving average crossover, retest, again another break below, and my entry was basically, we had a nice reaction from this FVG, break below this really low volume rally, and then we had a beautiful retest right on this EMA 12, which is one of my mechanical strategies, and again we saw, well, a pretty much zero drawdown trade. And as I said before, if we break 70, then we're going to go aggressively lower. Look what happened when we got to 70. When we got that closure, when we got that move below, it was very aggressive. That should keep the bears in play for me down to 67.5, which is my risk reward. It's a 10.7 to 1 risk reward, and we're currently running at 7. So really happy with that. I've closed half the position. I'm running risk free now, and I'll continue to monitor that as we go, and that should put me in profit for February. Well, it will put me in profit for February. Yes, I just joined. See you guys had a post about giving away a position or an account to trade with. Yeah, we're doing a giveaway over at Atmos. What we're giving away $1 million in trading accounts, funded challenges, should I say? I'll get it right eventually. So if you head over to the Atmos channel and you go to the giveaways, we've actually already announced our first winners. So well done to you. You'll see it in the chat. If you're confused or anything like that, let me know and I can point you in the right direction. But we've already had those first lot of winners, and we're going to have some more coming out soon as well. If you want to actually register to win some challenges, all you got to do is head over to atmos.tradetaurex.com, and I believe it should be on there. Where's the link? Sorry, I lost the link. Here we go. So kickofflabs.com/giveaway/Atmos giveaway. I'll drop the link in the YouTube channel if anyone wants to, if anyone's watching who's not in it and you want to try and get yourself a free challenge account, then all you got to do is put your email address in there, and that's it. You're entered to win. So good luck to those who are involved in that. I can't see any other questions, so I think we're all good. I think there's just a quick note as well. There's a few, as always on Discord, there's a few people making fake accounts of me. So if you do get a message from me and it's asking for something or something like that, it won't be from me. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on that, because people do that all the time, it seems. Okay, good stuff. Right, so to summarise, US GDP out later today, Tokyo inflation as well, Japan inflation. I like the dollar-yen reversal. I like the NASDAQ longs. Not quite got the confirmation yet, but hopefully we do get that at the beginning of next week at some point. The German trade, fantastic. German stock index trade, fantastic. And the oil short is running very nicely, and I'm hoping we can get a move down to 67.5 and complete that trade for February. Yeah, Fabi says that the week seems to be flat for me as it relates to P&L. Yeah, it's different for different traders, isn't it? I've just happened to have, probably because I managed to catch on to that oil short, really, and the German long, stock index long. I'm currently located in Dubai, so I'm in the Taurex office in Dubai. We've just built this whole studio. Okay. Right, so I'll be live again tomorrow, same time, same place. Hopefully I can see the same faces here. If you do need me, feel free to reach out to me on the Discord channels on either Atmos. It's 11:30 a.m. now. Feel free to reach out to me on either the Atmos or the Taurex Discord channel. I'll be around all day if anyone does need me. Until then, trade safe, trade well, and I'll see you soon.